What if I told you that millions of international tourists are actively choosing not to visit the United States, and that some of America's most iconic destinations are paying a staggering price? Well, that's exactly what's unfolding right now. And trust me, you won't believe which state is taking the biggest hit. Let's dive into the 2025 U.S. tourism tsunami. Back in 2020, experts predicted a massive rebound for U.S. tourism by 2025. The pandemic was over, and the world was eager to travel. But instead of soaring, international arrivals have plummeted by nearly 10%. That's a staggering $12.5 billion in lost revenue for the country, according to the World Travel and Tourism Council. And here's the kicker. This isn't a global phenomenon. The steepest declines are coming from some of America's oldest and closest allies, Canada and Europe. Trips from our northern neighbors in Canada, down by a shocking 20% in some regions. From Western Europe, we're seeing a nearly 17% drop. So what's behind this sudden drastic shift? A significant portion of this downturn can be attributed to a shifting geopolitical landscape. Recent travel bans, the imposition of new tariffs, increasingly stringent border controls, and growing diplomatic tensions with traditionally friendly nations are all contributing factors. It's creating a perception for some of a tourism boycott. Now let's zoom in and see which U.S. states are feeling this economic chill the most, counting down from the least to the most impacted. Kicking off our list at number 6, Michigan. Michigan, with its stunning Great Lakes coastline, vast forests, and the famously warm hospitality of the Midwest, has a unique draw. But its very strength, its proximity to Canada, has become its Achilles heel. Canadian car crossings into Michigan have plummeted by nearly 24%. Flights into key cities like Detroit and Grand Rapids are also experiencing noticeable dips. For iconic destinations like Mackinac Island, which traditionally thrives on a huge influx of Canadian visitors during the summer, the impact has been severe. Hotel bookings are down, and many small businesses are now scaling back operations, facing an uncertain future. Local shop owner Linda Carter, whose family has run a souvenir store on Mackinac for generations, put it starkly, "We count on those folks from Ontario to keep the lights on. Without them, some weekends it's a ghost town." Tourist towns dotted along the border, known for their fishing charters, lakeside cottages, and quaint Main Street shops, are reporting eerily empty parking lots and a significant drop in reservations. The vibrant summer buzz is noticeably absent. Our number 5 spot goes to New York State, outside of New York City. It's a similar narrative here. Border cities and towns such as Niagara Falls, Buffalo, and even the charming communities lining the Great Lakes have historically relied heavily on Canadian visitors. These travelers often come for quick getaways, shopping excursions, and breathtaking sightseeing. With border crossings down, many of these local businesses are now fighting to stay afloat. Niagara Falls has seen its hotel occupancy rates plummet, and several popular attractions have cut their operating hours due to a drastic reduction in foot traffic. Mark Thompson, a veteran tour guide in Niagara Falls, shared his frustration. "Summer used to be absolutely packed with Canadians, families, bus tours, honeymooners. Now we're lucky if we see even half that number." This decline isn't just affecting individual businesses, it means significantly less tax revenue for these communities. This shortfall directly impacts essential services, from road maintenance to public schools. At number 4, we head south to the Sunshine State, Florida. Florida has always been the quintessential winter escape for Canadian snowbirds. Over 3 million Canadians traditionally flock to the state each year, seeking warmth and sunshine. Or at least, they used to. In 2025, some areas, particularly along the picturesque Gulf Coast and parts of South Florida, are reporting hotel reservations down by an astonishing 60% compared to previous years. This isn't just about empty beach chairs. It represents a monumental economic blow to small towns and cities that rely almost entirely on tourism. Fort Lauderdale and Naples have both experienced significant drops in Canadian visitors, alongside noticeable declines from key European markets like the UK and Germany, which typically contribute a substantial portion of Florida's international tourism. Carlos Alvarez, owner of a popular beachfront restaurant, explained the ripple effect. "It's not just the hotels. When tourists stop coming, the whole economy feels it. We've had to cut staff, reduce hours. It's pure survival mode for many of us." While Orlando's world-famous theme parks are still attracting decent domestic crowds, The international presence, especially from Europe, has visibly thinned, leaving a noticeable void. Taking the number 3 spot is California, the Golden State. California is a perennial top destination for both Canadians and Europeans, boasting iconic cities, breathtaking national parks, sun-drenched beaches, and of course, its world-renowned wine country. But with a 20% drop in Canadian visitors and sharp declines from European tourists, particularly from the UK, Germany, and France, major hubs like San Francisco, Los Angeles, and the picturesque Napa Valley are all feeling the significant pinch. Hotel bookings in San Francisco's bustling Fisherman's Wharf area are notably down, and tour operators are reporting smaller group sizes and an increase in canceled reservations. The California Travel Association has even launched a proactive campaign titled California Loves Canada in an attempt to reassure and reattract our northern neighbors. Sarah Mitchell, a hotel manager in Santa Monica, observed the quietude. "We used to see Europeans year-round, especially thriving in the spring and summer months. Now it's noticeably quieter, and the parking lots have more empty spaces than usual." Similarly, the famed wine tours in Napa and Sonoma have experienced a significant reduction in international bookings, creating a challenging environment for local guides, transportation companies, and countless small family-run businesses that depend on that global interest. What happens in Vegas apparently isn't happening as much these days for international visitors. Tourism officials are reporting up to 20% fewer Canadian visitors, and the decline from Europe is further compounding the slump, particularly among the high-spending tourists from the UK, Germany, and France who once flocked to the Strip. Casinos, hotels, and world-class restaurants are all feeling the strain. Many are responding with layoffs, reduced operating hours, and significant belt-tightening measures. The ripple effect of this downturn stretches far beyond the dazzling lights of the Strip, impacting entertainment venues, tour companies, and even the city's iconic wedding chapels, which rely on a steady stream of international couples. Marlene Foster, who has worked in a popular Vegas casino for over a decade, described the palpable shift in atmosphere. "There are fewer people gambling, fewer shows selling out, and honestly, we all feel it directly in our paychecks. The energy just isn't what it used to be." Vegas may be known as the city that never sleeps, but it seems a growing number of its luxurious hotel rooms are indeed staying empty. And now for our number 1 spot, the destination suffering the most, New York City. Now technically, New York City isn't a state, but let's be honest, when it comes to global tourism, the Big Apple is a universe unto itself. It's consistently one of the most visited places in the entire country, drawing tens of millions of international tourists every single year. Or at least it used to. City officials have been forced to dramatically slash their visitor projections for 2025 by a staggering 3 million people, directly citing the sharp declines from both Canada and Europe. European visitors from powerhouse countries like the UK, Germany, France, and Italy traditionally make up a colossal portion of NYC's international tourism pie. But now, fewer of them are strolling through the dazzling lights of Times Square, fewer are marveling from the top of the Empire State Building, and fewer are exploring the vibrant neighborhoods. Broadway ticket sales are noticeably down across the board. World-class museums are reporting lighter crowds, and even the city's iconic walking tours, once bustling with diverse groups, are frequently running at half capacity or even less. Emily Russo, a seasoned tour guide in Manhattan, summed up the stark reality. "We used to run 3, sometimes 4 full tours a day, back to back. Now we're genuinely lucky if we manage to book even 2, and often with much smaller groups. The energy is just different." This means fewer packed houses on Broadway, fewer triumphant selfies in Times Square, fewer souvenir shops ringing up sales, and yes, even fewer slices of that quintessential, albeit often overpriced New York City pizza being sold. It's an economic ripple effect felt on every street corner. So, what does this all truly mean for the United States? It means tourism isn't just about fun and vacations, it's a colossal economic engine. It directly translates into millions of jobs, fuels countless small businesses, and forms the bedrock of local economies across the country. And right now, a complex web of policies, geopolitical tensions, and shifting global perceptions are actively deterring visitors and their essential spending from reaching American shores. Some states, like California and New York, are indeed launching sophisticated marketing campaigns, desperately trying to repair the perception damage and rebuild trust. But for now, the hard numbers don't lie. International tourism to the US is not just down. In many places, it's in crisis. The big question now is, will this trend eventually reverse course as policies shift and diplomatic relations evolve? Or is this just the unavoidable long-term price we're paying for a new era of global politics? Let me know what you think is driving this downturn and how America can recover in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video insightful, please give it a like and subscribe for more in-depth analyses.